Okay, wow, the video is great. Thank you. Please send the invoice and oh yeah, we need the project files. Project files. Project files.
Does this question make you break out in cold sweat too? The VSE Archiver can produce a compact folder with all the data used in your video project. It doesn't matter if the footage is scattered over your hard drives, or you simply want a clean archive folder of your video project without the 40 gigs of B-roll you never touched. The VSE Archiver can help you with this and more. The VSE Archiver is a small but powerful Blender add-on aimed to collect all the footage used in a Blender video project and put it into a single handy folder structure, including a new adjusted blend file. Let's see how it works. First, install the add-on the usual way. Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, click Install, and find and select the downloaded zip file and check the checkbox. You will find the add-on controls in the Video Sequence Editor in the right menu. Press Initialize to see all the controls. First, let's choose a target folder. This will be the place your footage will be collected to. I recommend creating a new folder somewhere you're allowed to write data to. Both relative and absolute paths work. Then there are two modes of operation to choose from: collect sources and collect snippets. While one will just copy the source files, the other one is able to render out the video snippets you used. Collect sources will search for all the footage used in the blend file and then copy the unprocessed original files into the archive folder. Via this checkbox, you can decide whether the blend file is archived along with the data. A copy of the blend file with the new dependencies to the archive folder will be created in the target directory. In addition, you can also check Include Blend Data to also copy and remap images, videos, fonts that might be used in the blend file, but not the VSE directly. Checking that box is especially important when you do compositing, stabilizing, or other stuff that makes you include a lot of scene strips. You see, very straightforward, press Archive Sources. Blender will freeze for a bit while copying all the files to the new location and remaps all the links in the file. When it's done, it will greet you with "You're in the new blend file." To make sure you don't confuse where you are, look at the top line of the open blend file. This is the archive file. The add-on has created it by saving the blend file to the archive folder and remapped all sequences. Your original blend file and footage will be completely untouched. Moving through the timeline doesn't show any differences in the video. Look at the passes, which now use the new archive folder. The add-on has automatically switched the passes to relative to, that you can move the folder wherever you like. Besides the archived blend file, the target folder contains several folders, namely audio, fonts, image sequences, and video, if those types were part of the project, respectively. In each folder there can be one or several other folders containing the images and videos and so on. Those folders are named like the folder the footage came from, with the addition of a number to avoid name duplication. This project is ready to be archived or sent to the customer. Collect sources is the simplest and most robust way of archiving. It copies the files you really used. However, it doesn't cut the videos into the sequence strips you used. So if you need the cut strips, the second mode might be helpful for you. Collect snippets. In this mode, the add-on will render out the individual strips into the target folder structure, generating new videos. Okay, step by step. The add-on will go through all the sequences individually. For example, choosing this video file. Hide everything around it except the effect strips, set the render region, and when you check full opacity, then it will also temporarily remove the alpha, and finally render a new video file into the archive. Subsequently, the strip will be replaced with a new rendered file. The alpha may be applied back. You end up with an archived blend file with all the rendered video snippets. Blender will freeze in this mode a significantly longer time because it needs to render all the strips. Be patient or do something useful. Technically, you could do that with all sequences, but for some sequence types, it may not make sense. For example, a single still image should just be copied. Therefore, you can choose via these options whether a specific sequence type, images, image sequences, movie or audio, will be copied or rendered. Now, the used image files will be copied. Moreover, when a sequence is selected, you can also choose the individual settings of each strip. For example, set this movie to copy, and the entire source file will be copied, while all other movie strips will be rendered out. The meta strips are a special case because they act as containers for several sequence strips. Here you can choose whether the meta strip is also just rendered or the strips inside are processed. In this case, the add-on will keep the meta strip and render or copy each strip inside the meta strip depending on the individual settings. For the scene strips, you can choose between render and ignore. Scene strips can often be ignored because the add-on processes all scenes in the blend file and typically archives the data via VSE or blend data anyway. Notice when you change the type settings of a specific type, the individual settings of this type will be reset too. If you want to reset all individual settings as determined in the type settings, you can press the Reset Sequence Data button. In addition, the Update Sequence Data button needs to be used when sequences are added or removed after the add-on is initialized. But the add-on will prompt you in the warning segment. Here, the add-on will describe the problems it detects. For example, the target folder is not set, or problems with the output format. The add-on will use the output render settings set in the scene you start the archiving process from. When it's set to PNG or other image formats, this could amount to huge datasets cluttering your hard drive. Therefore, you are explicitly asked to approve that you want images. Also, be aware that audio rendering is not available for rendering images and even video formats like AVI RAW and JPEG. That's why the add-on will recommend using FFmpeg. Also be aware that video formats don't support an alpha channel. Thus, footage with transparent background will be rendered opaque black. For sequences where this is important, set them to copy to simply use the original file. In addition, make sure all the footage is available. Collect snippets will not prompt you when a sequence refers to a missing file. On the other hand, collect sources, which relies on finding all source files, will do so. When you arrive in the new blend file with missing sources, the VSE will be replaced by the text editor showing you all the files that caused problems. Go back to the original file, find and correct the missing links, and archive again. I hope the VSE Archiver can be helpful for you. Find it on Blender Market. Enjoy! Finally, what a dumb video.